All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Yep, we got noise. We got the right picture. We're gonna try something different today. We're going to have the monitor on the same screen I'm working on, so that you can see what I'm doing. But before I do anything, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. Join me at 9 a.m. for a little day trading fun. And if you're so inclined, there's a couple of links in the chat in the description that you can make contributions, which I'd be greatly appreciative. But even your comments and your likes, any interaction goes a long way for the channel. And spread the word, man. Spread the word. All right, so what do we got going on? This is really the first glance for me today. Okay, very cool. Got a double bottom, but oh no, this is the real deal. Yeah. All right. Cool. We're up. All right. So we're making a double bottom. So we're gonna watch that, man. We're gonna watch the low of early October, and the low is 571.75, and we're about 20 points above that. So, yeah, I'm liking this. Very interesting. Look at that. Low, higher low. If we retrace, I mean, it could continue down. This could be a lower high, and we could make a lower low. But we got to watch it. We should be bouncing around here. Makes good sense. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bad days. So the probabilities of the market giving us a retrace is very good. If it gets legs is an entirely different question. So tomorrow we have, I think it's PPI. We'll take a look at that, actually. We should have done that first. There we go. We got some Fed speaking today, but that's about it. That's really the movers. Economic optimism. We'll see what's going on. Everybody's feeling pretty good, man. People are working. Yeah, people are working. Prices are rising, but people are working. They're just eating up the cost of living raise that they gave everybody. Yeah, the raise in minimum wage. I mean, companies just found a way of getting that back. That's all. That's all that's going on here. PPI. Yeah, that's what everybody's looking for tomorrow, PPI. And then at the end of the day, you got the FOMC minutes. So pre-market, we're going to get some movement, and we'll see what the sentiment is about. Then in the afternoon, they're going to go through the minutes. Might be choppy. Might be a choppy day. You also have oil. Oh, no, they postponed oil because of Columbus Day, right? Yeah. I didn't even know it was Columbus Day yesterday. Anthony had brought it up, and that he was sleeping, but I had no idea that it was Columbus Day because they took the day away because Columbus was a slave trader. So they took the holiday away. Yeah, So, yeah, we got to do that for the, all the Egyptian holidays too because, they dealt in slaves and Jews, and they need recompense, because that was like, less than 500,000 years ago, right? So they should get recompense. I mean, slavery in America was like 200 years ago. So, everybody should get recompense for that. And, the interesting thing about slavery, I just hate people that bitch. That's all. Just bitching. Like, I don't know anybody who's been a slave. I don't know anybody who's owned a slave, I mean, even some family lines that have owned slaves don't even know that their family lines own slaves, I think they wanted to tear down Washington and Lincoln because they were slave owners. I mean, I don't condone slavery, but it was period appropriate. At the time they thought it was the right thing to do. And the interesting thing is, that Roots, the movie's Roots, started the whole bullshit that Europeans went over to Africa and forcibly took Africans. And they made that attempt, but they couldn't pull it off because, I mean, Africans are fierce fighters. So they couldn't do that. So they made the attempt, but it was never profitable. They always took more losses than they did victories when doing that. But how they did get slaves was they bought them from other tribes. So basically, it was their own people enslaving Africans, selling them to the Europeans. And I mean, so you know, I mean, that's the real deal, and the shit goes on now. You know, I mean, people. I mean, there are slaves in mines, diamond mines, and shit like that. They enslave people over in Africa all the time, and you know, I mean, that shit is happening now. Let's do something about that. Nope, we're gonna blow up just some holidays and point fingers at people who didn't really have the education or the experience to think otherwise, and it was even supported by the church. So you know, I mean, it was just period appropriate. So anyway, this should keep me at about 7 listeners. So anyway, it was Columbus Day, so we don't have oil today. Let's focus on what we're going to focus on. Just some of the things that burn my ass. All right, so it lays out well. Tomorrow should be a very should have some catalyst to move this, and we have this double bottom here, and we're going to watch that double bottom. I like this divergence, man. I want to see a pop up, aggressive move down for some time. Actually, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see us force down on news, and then trade back up, put in that hammer. You know, we put in a nice hammer with a divergence. That's going to be very positive. And this is the S&P. We were just looking at the futures. So, you know, the pattern is representative. So we'll probably see the pattern, the hammer on the S&P and not the futures, you know, because of the difference in trading hours. And this is yesterday's action. Yeah, that's yesterday's action. So yeah, this is a good place to be. You know, we should see something really developed and get a good idea on which way we're going to go. So as far as my long-term trades, my swing trades, my income trades, I'm kind of sitting back and watching this. Yeah, you know, taking advantage of a couple of intraday trades, and we did a few directionals yesterday. We did 3 directionals yesterday. I can't recall. I know the number was you would have made $2,500 on if you just traded 3 contracts. I think we did 2 moves that netted that up. I'm not going to open up all that software to figure that out yet. So that is the S&P. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Yo, you know what? I'm still looking at Bitcoin rather bullishly. I'm bullish above this trend line. You know, I'm neutral, actually. I'm neutral, yeah, you know, above that trend line. But I'm not saying this thing's falling apart. This support, when it breaks this support area of roughly 18,000, 1840, I'm going to be bearish. And if it breaks the 21,555, then hey, I'm bullish. Right now, I'm just neutral. I think it's really maturing. BTC, entirely different vibe from last year. You know, this time last year, you had all these idiots involved with it. Everybody's screaming, yeah, you know, ridiculous numbers. There was no orderly trading in the security. You could see the immaturity in it. You could see, yeah, you know, all the neophytes and everything. Just in the pattern, you knew this thing was inundated with neophytes and bozos and, you know, one-hit wonders. But now, if you look at the patterns, it's really maturing. And you could see that there's a more sophisticated analytical trading culture going into the security, which I like. I mean, I don't know if I'm really about it for a long-term investment. I don't see its place yet. I can't say it's replacing gold. I can't say it's going to be, you know, a hedge to the dollar. I don't see any of that yet. But as a trading vehicle, it's actually very reliable at this point. Like probably since April, May, it got really, really reliable. And that's when it started taken and beaten and flushing out all the bozos, you know. So yeah, just watch these channels, man. Right now, that's all I look at is channels for this thing, and I'm finding it very, very reliable, and I'm making money on channels breaking. and then I'm sure I'll develop a few more consistent patterns. I haven't even back tested anything. This is just basically playing with it. Once I see a few things develop, then yeah, well, you know what? I wouldn't back test it even at this point because I think it's too young. Again, it's only matured for a matter of months, and it's going to be years before you can get good back testing data. In my mind, let's take a quick look at oil. Fucking Arabs. Maybe I should change the channel. Politically incorrect trading. What are we looking at? Kind of hovering around that 89.06 zone, and it looks like a good focus area. I really thought it was going to be around 84, which there's still some indications that's a good number. We have to see what moves the administration makes to reduce the effect of OPEC not participating. We've already taken the Russian effect out, I believe. I think it's the OPEC factor right now in oil. We got to see Biden ease up on some leases, give the oil company some guarantees. I think the market is going to dictate coming out of fossil fuels. I don't think it needs to be jump-started. Make EVs practical, make EVs affordable. Wind power, solar power. Keep going with that. The market's going to dictate that. And you know what? As a culture, I think it's becoming more and more important to people to honor the earth and have clean energy and reduce fossil fuels. I think it's cultural now. So you don't have to strong arm the industry. And the problem is that there are a lot of people that are employed by these industries. And I watched it. I worked alongside some coal mines. In Pennsylvania, there's lots of coal mines. When I had a company in an area that worked off of a power grid plant and surrounded by coal mines, I saw the direct effect. I mean, I saw people getting laid off. I saw communities getting crushed because of these heavy-handed regulations, that just started closing down coal production. And coal's atrocious. I know it. But the reality is that there are people that work at coal not because they love coal, but they like to eat, and this is what's available to them in these communities, and they're employed by it. And even the power plant, it was a primary power plant, right? Primary and auxiliaries, and it was a primary power plant that functioned on coal. And they would truck the coal in. They would bring it in on trains. So you had service people loading, unloading coal. You had truckers moving the coal, and then you had people servicing the burners. Just keeping the plant running, producing the electricity. And they put the thumb screws to coal. Price of gas tanked. And that primary power plant went to an auxiliary power plant, which meant they only fired it up when there was a surge, like during heat waves and shit like that. So, layoff time. All the trucks stopped rolling. The trains stopped coming. The plant basically shut down until there was a need for it. So it was a skeleton crew all the time. Tons of people in that community got laid off. So nobody thinks about that. You need a plan. You need a plan, man. You can't just turn something off, turn it back on. You need a plan. There needs to be an evolution. Okay. So my point is that Biden can lighten up on some of his restrictions. He came in here, vowing to destroy the oil industry. We still need it, man. We're not there yet. You naive bastard. So we should, and I think now we're going to start seeing some some easing up on the restraints and a little more incentive for the oil companies to invest. And that's what the problem is. They just won't invest in pumping. They won't invest in drilling, and finding resource right now because they're like, we put the money in it. We do what we got to do. As soon as everything's okay, you smack us back. And they know that the natural evolution is going to be away from fossil fuels. So, there's just no incentive. And that's what we need to do right now. We need to build that incentive. Let's see what gas looks like. It's on an uptrend, doing a little retrace. It's a little toppy, man. It's a little toppy. I think we may come down another 10 cents a gallon, but I think we're finding our range now. I think we're at peace here. I mean, we were up, 360 a gallon. Now we're at 258 a gallon. So these reductions in everything reflect in the pump. Like I think it takes like 4 weeks. But I think this is going to stabilize. And if we start seeing gasoline stabilize, you're going to see inflation start stabilizing and then coming down. And that's what those are the signs they're looking for. And I think they said that core is coming down. Nat gas, it's going to be a cold winter too, man. I was just reading about La Nina. And, at least in the Northeast, it's going to be a cold winter. Cold, wet, snowy winter. Which figures, right? Put my boat on the hard. I'm here in the mountains. It's going to be one of the snowiest fucking winters of the season. Oh, man. All right. We'll get past that. I'm miserable. So bonds are doing the same thing. It looks like they're putting in a double bottom, and there's a slight divergence on it. So you know what? I'm thinking that we're going to get a little pop in ES. We're going to get a little pop in TBT, or a little pop in bonds. So my theory here is that August historically is a bad month. We got nailed in September, extremely bad month in September. I think we're going to be, pushing down for maybe another 5 days or consolidating for 5 days. I think the Christmas rally is going to start kicking in mid-October. I think it's good. Things are going to happen a little early on that front, and we may see the bottom mid-October. I still haven't taken my 5,300 off the table. We may get a little rally into Christmas and then a turn around back down. Or we may take out that 3,300. I could be off by a week or so, and then away we go. So this is what I'm anticipating. Not what I'm trading. I'm trading what's happening now, but that's what I'm anticipating. Taking a quick look at gold. All right, so can't really argue a head and shoulders on the daily. We could argue a trend reversal. See that aggressive move up on the momentum, and we just have to see where we put in a pivot here. I mean, we could continue to move down, but we got to look for a pivot, see if we could develop a trend reversal. An aggressive entry would be a break of the previous bar's high, wherever that reversal begins. A conservative entry would be a break of this high, right? Because if you put in a higher low, you're anticipating a trend change. You would anticipate a higher high. So, breaking this, looking for a higher high. It won't be a very long move, but the probability would be great that you would see that move. I wonder if I got any fuel in that tank. I could use some heat. So, that's my goal, man. What do we got down here? That's nothing. And we were looking at Amazon. All these guys are setting up the same pattern. That's a 60-minute. There's the daily. Yeah, we're testing lows, man. Look, that's pretty good. Look at that. Three bangs on it, man. Think 3 tests of that low. That's pretty strong. I mean, if it breaks, it's going to give us good move down. But that shows a lot of support. We're bouncing off of it. We're only down 87 cents from yesterday's close. What is this now? Get out of here. There you go. Yeah, we're only down 86 cents from yesterday's close. So, we're not breaking that low yet, and I'm pretty confident. Well, Tesla's trading outside the box right now, doing its own thing. But whoa, yeah, you know, you asked me, it's giving us a good opportunity, you know. And you got to remember, Tesla is a software and battery company, right? And they're learning the automobile industry. So you got to know how to look at Tesla. So the backbone of the company is the software and battery, but the catalyst in the company or the moves it makes in the automobile company industry, just because that's good marketing. So it's my point is that it's a good company to buy on dips. Sock away, forget about it. If you're just looking at it where he's a car company and he's competing, you know, he's competing with some major players, right? I mean, General Motors, Ford. You know, they're battle hardened. Volkswagen, battle hardened. Although Porsche is more expensive than Volkswagen now, as far or more profitable, which is interesting. But you know, battle hardened company. So if you look at them from the automobile side of it, yeah, you're gonna say this is a rough company to invest in. But software battery. It's a stock of the future. No, look at Microsoft. It broke that bottom, huh? And it's still down aggressively. These guys are getting beat up. I should dig into that, see what isn't on the surface. Yeah, Apple's putting in that double bottom. The Goog putting in that double bottom. Netflix. Looks like it's building a little pennant. Can't really tell which way it's going to go. Look at space, man. You believe it? Yo, I unloaded this thing at like 58. Thank God. This was all part of the hype. You know, it's just it has no earnings, so it's out of favor right now. But, I mean, as far as forward-looking, it's still a great company. So, I mean, if you got nothing going on, you got an extra 5 G's, put away 1,000 shares of this. I bet in 5 years, you turn that $5,000 into 60 grand. Actually, I'm not telling you to do that, but that's my philosophy, okay? Because I am no longer licensed to give advice. Your license falls off if you're out of the industry 2 years. I left the industry 12 years ago. Boy, am I fucking old. All right, AT&T, I like it. I like it going forward. Buy it on dips is my philosophy. That's what I'm doing. I'm buying it. I have several places that I'm accumulating it, and I've been doing that all this time. I like T-Mobile, but too expensive, man. Actually, you know what? I think I probably bought some. I don't know. I'm actually looking. No, I did not. Oh, wait, did I? Oh, no, I did not. All right. Yeah, $1.28. I'm looking for $1.28, and then I'm looking for, wow, 87.75. I guess that's Armageddon. I'm expecting a little Armageddon. And that's what that 87.75 number is. I'll take more there. And I'm just knocking away a little piece, catching it down there. And then I'll reevaluate it. You know, I may find that it's not going to go lower. And I'll build at the $1.28. I'm also looking for Intel at 2480. Did I even pop that one up? Oh, there it is right down there. Oh, I'm almost there. Look at that. Almost there. I wonder if I should lower that. Nah, you know what? I came up with the program. That's what I'll do. 2480. I'm looking at Intel. And AMD. I didn't put anything out there. But I think AMD is a little overpriced. I'd like to sock some of that away. But, yeah, I think they're going to take a good beating. So I haven't even come up with a number yet where I want to buy it. Micron, not really looking at it. So I like semiconductors, but I don't like the idea of Taiwan semiconductors, man. I think that there's going to be an issue there. And just to hedge your bet, I'm thinking that people are going to need to manufacture semiconductors elsewhere. So I am looking at Samsung, and it's going to be a hard buy for the layman. But yeah, we're getting there too. $35. You got to find somebody who can go overseas and buy this for you if you want to do it. Samsung. Yeah, about 35, 50, somewhere around there. It's currently at 40. 40. It was over 50. It's floating down a little bit. But yeah, I think that's the semiconductor move if you guys are looking for a semiconductor move. So, hey, I've enjoyed my time with you. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. Check me out at 9 o'clock. You know, and things get quiet because I focus on the market. But, I mean, it may be quiet, but things are going on. Yeah, you know, I'm thinking, I'm looking, I'm waiting for the buildup. I mean, I'm dropping some pearls once in a while. So, you know, have at it. Listen, learn, make a little money, and spread the word. All right. So remember, don't overtrade. You should be calm, cool, and at peace when you trade. Good luck with your trades.